Hello everybody and welcome back to our Radio Alchemy. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very common sweet spot that many people encounter when they are manifesting a specific person, or to be honest, anything, because it works in the same way, in my opinion. When basically you manifested them, maybe you have already manifested a text, you manifested them physically, or perhaps you didn't even manifest them, but you feel that you don't actually care that much about them anymore. Like you feel somehow you are fine, you feel good, you're working on yourself, and sometimes you even feel like you have outgrown them. Like this person, you don't even like them that much, you don't care. Well, if they show up, good. If they don't show up, I'll be fine. That's the kind of vibe that you're feeling. This is the best place to be in, and I see that many people encounter this sweet spot, and it is really about, like, some people encounter the sweet spot after they manifest in that person, and then they lose the person again, and then they go through their self-concept, and by going through whatever their self-concept was, they raise themselves up and they feel good about themselves. Some other people, they just naturally arrive to that while they are affirming. It does not matter when you arrive to this point, but I just want to make a video about this because I didn't find a lot of videos when, what should I do? Should I give up on my SP? I don't actually feel I want them anymore. There is a lot of, like, in my opinion, contradicting information about it, because many people are saying, well, if you feel this way, you might encounter someone else, but you know you will be fine, stuff like that. And it's not true. This is not how it works. You exactly are going to get what you want. But this happens even with money, even with success, even with anything else. It's not just related to specific people. This is how the law works. And Neville Goddard has talked about this. And I made a previous video about this called The Sabbath State that you can watch. But I want to reiterate with a different title so people can find this information in a different way. But still, it's the same information. There is nothing to change but self, because as I explained in my video about your self-concept projects an hologram, and this is science, whether you want to believe it or not, is quantum physics, is the new branches of quantum physics, which is cubism. You are a projector of your reality. So even if you manifest a person or you manifest a text, but you manifest coming from a point where you didn't change yourself, they are always going to show up in ways that contradict your pure desire, like hot and cold behavior, not exactly conforming in the way that you want. That's because you didn't change yourself enough. There is no one to change but self. So even Joe Dispenza, I was researching a little bit on his work, and I actually really like it. I read this book, Becoming Supernatural, and so many other books of his. I did some of his meditation, and it's so fascinating how this entire knowledge is backed up by science. Now, you don't need to know the science if you don't want to. You can just take this for granted and it's going to work nevertheless. But what you have to understand, that even Joe Dispenza talks about, Neville talks about, Abdullah talked about, anyone that knows this talks about, yogis have been doing this for centuries, is that there is no one to change but self. You cannot expect to manifest what you want 100%. So your ideal desire, by thinking from the state of rejection, by thinking from the state of lack. Now, because thoughts are so powerful and thoughts do create, you are eventually going to manifest a partial manifestation, because that's how powerful you are. That's how powerful your thoughts are. And this is why so many people, they manifest movement from their specific person, or for money, or for success, because yes, affirmation works. You don't need to feel it, and thoughts do create. However, why so many people don't get the relationship that they want, but they get stuck in the middle? Because even when they are manifesting that person, they are manifesting coming from their old self. Or from a middle self. They feel good, but they didn't necessarily change a lot about themselves, or they didn't necessarily change a lot about the concept that they had about the world or about that other person. But once they go within, once they start feeling good, once they get sick to having to feel good because of something outside of you, whether it's money, success, or a specific person. You arrive to a state where you're like, I want to feel good just because I'm alive. I don't want to feel good anymore because this person shows up. I don't want to have my moods going back and forth. When you arrive to that state, you stop desiring things so much because you understand that all is within. Joe talks about this. He talks about the importance of meditation. No, you don't have to do meditation if that is not your cup of tea. I'm going to make a separate video about this, but the concept is the same. The concept is you start feeling good just because you're breathing. You start feeling good because you put yourself on a pedestal. You start feeling good because you recognize that you're awesome. You stop shifting the focus so heavenly from this thing that I want, this manifestation is on a pedestal. Actually, I feel great. I feel great even if I don't get all this money. I feel great even if I don't get this person. I am taking care of myself. I feel good. My priority is to feel good. When you arrive to the sweet spot state, it's practically what the law of attraction is called letting go. Like, guys, whether you call it law of assumption or law of attraction, what you guys have to understand is the knowledge is the same. It's the 7 hermetic principle. Your thoughts create your feeling about yourself. It's not about the feeling towards other people, your manifestation. Draw in the experience. The feeling collapses the quantum wave. So think about it. It's like having an antenna. Your thoughts are the antenna that draws the intentions and draws the signal. Your feelings are what makes you become that person and makes you sit in that state. Feeling doesn't mean forced emotion. It could even be just an emotion of general neutrality, peace, tranquility. You know, that you arrive to that state naturally. And Neville says, when this happens, naturally, you're not going to feel a desire for that specific thing that you're trying to manifest because you feel good. Whether you are conscious that you feel good because it's done, or whether you're consciously feeling good just because you feel good. However, I want you to know that when you feel in this way, you are about to get prepared because you are about to get your manifestation, because you cannot manifest something from your old self. Many people struggle with manifestation in general because they're not willing to change themselves. I had a client, it's not a client, someone that bought my e-courses, Co-Creating Your Reality. That e-course is very vibration, very energy, very much about meditation. It's very spiritual in essence, okay? It's not you affirm and you get what you want, okay? It's very, because I'm very spiritual myself, so I made that course to co-create with this infinite intelligence. I know law of assumption people don't like to call it this way, but it is this way. It's the quantum field. So I had this person texting me and say, I want a refund. And I said, I'm sorry, I do not give refund after you purchase the course. And he said, I wanted something to get me my manifestation. I didn't purchase something to change myself. And I said, well, you can't get what you want if you're not willing to change yourself. Whether you want to call it work on your self-concept, or whether you want to call it meditation, whether you want to call it however the fuck you want to call it, it does not matter. You cannot manifest from the state that got you to not having money. You cannot manifest from the state that got you to split up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. You cannot manifest from that state because that state is what has created the disappointment in you. You will manifest from a state of, I feel whole and complete. I feel good about myself. Actually, they're not even that big of a deal. Yes. Why? So many people, whether they're conscious of it or not, when they start going through this process and they arrive to the Sabbath state, they arrive to, actually, I don't think I care about them anymore. In matters of weeks, they manifest exactly what they want, or even they manifest even someone better. Why is that? Because they have changed self. Now, why I'm making this video? Because if you arrive to this state, congratulations, you're about to get what you want. Second, you don't have to go through this process. You don't. You don't have to go through affirming, obsessing, checking the 3D, manifesting, losing again, re-obsessing, giving up, feeling that you don't care anymore, and then finally feeling good about yourself. You don't have to go through all the steps. I do not go through all of the steps when I want to manifest what I want, because I know that every single time I have a vision in my mind, I visualize, I go within, I live in my inner fourth dimensional state. I feel good. I feel a sense of appreciation, of love, of expansion. I'm connected to the infinite field of intelligence, to the quantum field. I can see it through my mind's eyes. When I feel it, when I know it, I know I'm collapsing a quantum wave. And then I don't check for it anymore. And I don't contradict it in thought. I do not contradict it. I know that I got it. I have it. I feel good about myself right now. I got this. And it shows up. And it shows up in the most unexpected ways. Because if you can predict how it's going to show up, you are thinking from your old self. Because the way our brain works is, you think something and it's a repetitive dominant thought in your head, and you are trying to predict, therefore force the 3D into how this is going to happen. When you know how to predict something, and I'm not talking about divination, I'm talking about predicting with your logical mind, for sure you're manifesting the same day, every single day, every single day, every single day. But when you let go in that sense, when you know that you will have it and you don't care how it's going to show up because you feel good right now just with yourself, you're connecting to the infinite field of intelligence. And of course it's going to show up in unexpected ways because your thoughts are new. You're not thinking anymore from your old self. Therefore, logically, you cannot manipulate, you cannot predict, you can only be. And then it shows up in whatever shape or form it has to show up. And this is why we got so many success stories around the internet of, I'm shocked it happened this way. I am shocked it happened in this way. I met him randomly on the street. Because this is infinite intelligence. You cannot predict how it's going to show up because it's a new self, it's a new thought, it's a new life. So all this video just to say, if you feel like you feel good about yourself, you don't desire them as much anymore, get ready because something great is about to happen in your life, and that is what you're supposed to expect. And yes, self-control. And if you're not feeling in this way, I'm telling you, get to this feeling as soon as possible. Get to the feeling that you can do this even with meditation. Get to the feeling of, I feel wholeness. Create from this field of wholeness. Create from this field of, I am the best thing that has ever happened in their life. I am the best. I am amazing. I am awesome. I feel good just because I am me. If you create from this state, you will manifest instantly. And I will make a different video about this and what it is, my experience, possibly here or on my Patreon, okay? So this is a great place to be, guys. So if you are in this state of consciousness, don't freak out. Live it. Experience it fully, because let it go. Let it go, like really suck in that good vibe, that good feeling of like, I got this, like I feel good just with myself. I don't need to be desperate. I don't need to chase. I don't need to go around. I don't need to make anything happen. I already feel so good, and I actually don't even desire this thing anymore. Be prepared. Get ready. Get ready right now if you're feeling this way, because something amazing is about to show up in your life. Mark my words and comment down below as soon as it shows up, okay? I just wanted to make this quick video to make this very important point, because there is no one to change but self. So congratulations if you did, because you cannot manifest coming from the state that got you to lose what you wanted. You cannot manifest from that. Yeah, thoughts will create even from this place, but it will not stay, because you keep affirming a state that is lack. It's like you're putting things above you when they're not. And remember, you pushed out your own hologram, okay? So yeah, just wanted to make this quick video. If you want a webinar, the webinar replay about the science behind the law of assumption, it is down below, where I talk about quantum physics, just in case you were interested. All my courses are down below. DM coachings and private readings as well. And I'll see you very soon on this channel.